Is this stream loading? Oh, okay. It is loading. Okay. Well, I guess we will get started. There's not really any people, I think, but I'm just gonna say it for record purposes. Oh shit. I'm going to try to speed run a course right now. Yes, I'm going to try to speed run a course right now. Apparently it's supposed to take 3 weeks to do, but I'm going to try to do it in a day. So maybe I'll regret it later. But yeah, that's the plan. Let me get my timer. I literally don't know why I'm doing this. Well, I do. I think it will be a good review, and so that I can also make a review of this course. But I don't know why I thought it would be a great idea to try to speed run it in like a day, but maybe 2 days. We'll see. I don't even know how long it's gonna take. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna be doing. I will put up some music now. Let's go. All right, friends. What do you think I should order for food? Yeah, I don't know. What should I get for dinner? I mean, it's like 3, but I ate very weirdly at like 9 and then I didn't eat again. So I don't even know what meal this is. Anyways, Tina, are you in Chicago? No, I just got back to San Francisco. I'm in a NASA program. Oh, is that the one that's happening in Chicago on the 5th? There's like a NASA startup challenge. They invited me to go do something, but I did not want to go to Chicago after coming back from Peru. Um, oh, okay. Never mind. Uh, oh, I failed my first physics 2 exam. Homework covers my first test, but what am I gonna do in the next test? Any tips on studying lots of coursework? I'm taking Cal 3 Physics 2 Linux course. I'm in a NASA program. Okay, well, actually, that's a good question. What I would do, especially for technical courses like STEM courses, don't bother just trying to cover all the content itself. Just literally, do you have any like past tests that are available? Past exams. A lot of schools do have past exams. Go and actually just look at the past exams, and you'll find that they're usually asking like pretty similar questions. So I would just go and see whatever the questions are, and then based on what the questions are, go back and just study the topics that you don't know. I think, yeah, that is my tip for how to pass things quickly. The background setup reminds me of 2021. It kind of does, right? I got my like little thing again. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I guess we're going back to the olden days in which I sit around and learn stuff and speed run things. I used to do that. I don't know. I kind of like doing that, so that's why I'm doing this now. I think I just picked this course because people like ask me about it and they're like, "Is this a good course?" And I look at it and I think it's a good course. I'm like, I'm just gonna speed run this course. Um, yeah, maybe I'll do a review on the course as well for my next video. Do we also have 2021 vibes now? Or 2024 vibes? I feel like I was so cute and innocent back in 2021. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna study. stuffs and work. I don't know what happened. We back. Howdy. Hey Matt. Hey Northern Chimp. Hey SG. Mission concept proposal. They teach us how to create preliminary design reviews. Just like basic. Okay, that was helpful. I'm glad that was helpful. That is throwback Thursday indeed. Back to 2021. Am I having like more innocent vibes? Like, hello everyone. I shall study now. Hey Yaya. How was Machu Picchu and what was your Thank you for asking that question. I think it was like so wait, I'll show you guys the thing that I did. It was very intense. I think yeah, okay, open it. So I did let me share my screen. So I did this thing. It's like a salcantay, I'm trying to pronounce it now, thing, and I'll just show you what it was like. So itinerary was like, so first day is Cusco, and then you pretty much like hike to Machu Picchu. In the end, you're waking up at like 5:15. Oh, there's actually a summary. Okay, yeah. So, the first day it was 4,000 meters above sea level, so that was like the hardest part because it was so high. It was just like the sea level, it was so high up, so I definitely felt the altitude a lot when I was doing this hike. So it's like you just feel kind of out of breath the entire time. So first day was only 10 kilometers. Allegedly it was moderate. I felt like dying. Yeah, and then we got up at like 5:15 in order to go there. Yeah, you also have to like climb up. I should show you guys photos at some point, but like anyways, yeah, so you have to do that. And pretty much like day 2 was the hardest day. You were going for 22 kilometers and this was almost 5,000 meters above sea level. Yeah, it was like 9 to 10 hours of hiking. There's a group of people. We just kept on doing that. I literally felt like the first day was the hardest, I think, because of the altitude. Second day was really hard. I actually had to end up taking a horse for the first part going up the Salcantay Pass just because I was like, I could not go uphill. My cardio was not good enough. Um, yeah, and then the third day, you were just like, it was slightly easier. It says easy day hike, approximately only 10 miles or 16 kilometers. Very easy. Um, yeah, and but it was honestly really fun. And then day 4, we were going through a rainforest, and then this one, day 4 was really tough. I think it's because it was just like a lot that happened. And then day 5, you kind of get your reward and you go up to Machu Picchu. I think I went around like 6 a.m. to Machu Picchu. Um, anyways, so that was kind of the trip. I do not have any hiking experience. I actually like went because I read this book. One of my favorite books is A Million Miles in a Thousand Years, and he was like, I went on the Inca Trail and it changed my life. And I'm like, wow, I also want to change my life. So I decided to go do that too. But I didn't go on the Inca Trail. So this one is 77 kilometers in total. I think Inca Trail is half of that, like 36 kilometers, something like that. So I was like, yo, if I go do something even harder, I should change my life even more. That was the logic. Yeah, it was very intense. I nearly died. Trying to do that, but it was just such a yeah, like no internet access, nothing like that. It was just such a good experience because it was the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. And after doing it, it kind of just like made me think a lot about stuff, about what I actually want to do with my life. And yeah, it was, I would recommend it. But it is very tough. It has to be from the book. I know. I do things from books a lot, it seems. Um, hey, back again. Happy Unification Day in Germany. Hey, Daniel. Hello. Yeah, I want to do that. I would have dropped dead the first. I wanted to drop dead the first day. I like okay. There was a point in which I was genuinely on all fours. Like I was just like, oh. And everybody else was like super fit. Okay, and then there was just like me, and there's this one other girl who also just kind of like showed up and didn't know what was happening. We're like very unfit people, but the other people were like, oh yeah, like I was doing Everest base camp last year. Like, right, okay. Like this was a very challenging experience. Um yeah, like first day I felt like I was gonna die, but as time went on, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like I just felt very alive. That like as you get older, time kind of gets slower and like gets faster and faster if you get what I mean. So it's like and it just feels like the experiences that you experience, they just feel a lot more mundane or boring or just not special anymore. At least I really feel like that. And doing this was just the experience. It was terrible. It was awful. I hated it. But at the same time, it was just such an unforgettable experience. Um, and now I feel very inspired. I'm gonna go sleep, guys. Thanks for the Pomodoro. Thank you so much for joining. Good night. Um, I I liked your video. Your videos are a nice breath of air since it's always something I don't expect. Yeah, actually, like on that trip, I kind of came to well, I guess you guys heard it first. Like I think I'm gonna divide my channel into two, finally. Like one of it is gonna be our like learning stuff, our like AI stuff, like what I've been talking about for a long time now. But I really want to make videos that are more, what's the word? It's like the Alchemist video if you guys saw that. More like that. Like videos that are more about life in general, but it's not really like vlogs. I don't know how to explain that kind of video. I guess I would describe it like as finding purpose. Yeah, I guess like finding purpose in the things that we do. Um I want to like explore more for more like ancient philosophies like Taoism and things like that. It's like stuff that does not fit into the main channel at all, but I really want to talk about. And I've been like really scared to start a channel talking about these things. I was like, oh, who would want to care about such things? Like, who am I to talk about such things? But just going on that trip, I'm just like, fuck, like, I kind of just want to do hard things now. And I feel like maybe this is the next step, maybe. I might go for a hike. My hiking experience was in New Jersey. I was dying there. I want to go to a biking trail. The experience feel the same. You know, I've gone like biking before. Like there's just something about doing something really, really hard that you genuinely feel like you might not be able to finish. Just something about that. It felt like it wasn't even about the final part, like the ending of it, where like I mean Machu Picchu was amazing, it was beautiful and all these things, but just like along the way, it felt like I had to overcome myself so many times. Maybe like as you get older, you also get more set in your ways. Like you just think about it's like, oh, I can or can't do certain things, but just yeah, that's what it is. Like I think it depends on your skill level in what you're doing. Um, like I don't know if it's like a good recommendation to just be like, go, just do something that's really hard. But that's kind of what I did. And I think that's what was important. I think it can be biking, it can be hiking, it can be anything. It just needs to be something that is really hard. And that is what makes it matter more. Spot on with the time, turned 25 a couple weeks ago, and fuck, I'm in a quarter life crisis. Well, happy birthday. Welcome to your mid 20s. Um, yeah, and then just feelings about I don't know, like it's just like when I felt like there's like so much that I wanted to do, and before I just didn't think so much and I would just do them. And now it's like I think too much about stuff instead of just doing things. And I think that holds me back a lot in my life. Like I feel like I'm just so mundane. Like every day just passes so quickly by. And my identity of myself, it just feels like all so set. I feel so set in my ways. And it's like the vision that I have for myself at my age, it's like I'm not there. I'm not even close to being there. Um, but at the same time, like I feel like such a lazy person who's just like scared of a lot of things, and I just can't like break through that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like that's kind of how I felt. So just forcing myself to go do something that is completely outside of my norm, it did something for me. I don't know, maybe ask me in like 2 weeks what I'm actually gonna do because I just got back. But right now I'm like speed running this course, and it's something that I've been meaning to do for a while. I did choose a course I was much it's not a hard course. It's like very easy for me because I'm like, I don't know, like I just wanted to speed run something quickly and then actually make that into a video. Like I've been wanting to do this concept for a long time, but I'm like, like what if like there's like so much work? Like what if I don't know things? Like blah blah blah, like all these thoughts. Like I just needed that activation energy, if you will. Um, Less tech and AI related. Yeah, the thing is like I feel like I fluctuate too much between tech and AI and other stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna split my channel into two. I've been meaning to do it, like finally have the courage to go and do that. I'll talk about tech and AI and self-learning, which is the things I love talking about and I love doing. I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna go on a rant about the alchemist or like spirituality or like how to live a meaningful life. Like you know what? I'm just gonna make another channel to go do that. Probably a lot more long form content, and I want to talk a lot about like philosophies and things like that. I think like religion is a really big part. Like me, I'm not a religious person, and I think for people who are not religious, that's also where things get a lot harder for us because we don't have like a sense of purpose that was given to us, right? Like you kind of have to like figure that out for yourself. And I think I just have a lot of like thoughts about how to do that because you want to feel like there's purpose in your life. Like you want to feel like you're living a life that's meaningful. But it's very hard if you're not religious because you're like, what does that even mean? Like, what am I supposed to do to even do that? And yeah, I want to talk about those things. Gonna read Man's Search for Meaning again. Do that. Do that. And also the Gita. What is Gita? Gita? The Gita? What is that? I don't know what that is. Share your study plan with me. Which one? I already did. I shared all my study plans already. Which one would you like to see? Hills make a big difference compared to, oh my gosh, yes. It was almost all of it was uphill, wore downhill. So it's going uphill, it's like all cardio. Uphill is a lot harder for me, and then going downhill is all in the knees. So the common like people who are a little bit older in the group and had really good cardio, it was easier for them to go uphill, but it was much harder on the knees. I was the opposite. Like it was a lot easier for me to go downhill because I guess like my knees are fine, but it was a lot harder to go uphill because my cardio is shit. Yep, it's the journey that does it for you. If you haven't gone through the journey, the destination doesn't hit you that much. Um Tina, life has kind of come full circle. I started following you when you were 25 and now I'm at the place where you were back then. I know, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? I mean, I started YouTube when I was 24 years old. It's been like fucking 4 years now. Yeah, and you know, in some ways, like the 24, 25-year-old version of myself was so much braver than I am now. Probably because I didn't know about failure. Like I wasn't scared of failure at that time. But now like I've experienced failure and I have so much more fear now. But I also don't want to just like give up at this point in my life. It's like it doesn't feel right to just be like, oh, I guess it's time to like not do anything. Does anybody else, sorry, I'm like going over time, but like, Does anybody else have a sense like of you feel like you have a lot of potential? Like and you've known that your entire life, but you're just not fulfilling that potential, and it's extremely frustrating. And the reason you're not doing it is literally yourself, because you're undisciplined and you're lazy and you're scared. And it's like so frustrating because it feels like your life is just passing by. That's how I feel, at least. Um, Even though I'm a full-time SWE, I'm trying to take the MCAT for fun next year. It's just dumb and hard enough to be entertaining. I actually do that so much. Yeah, it's like things like that, like hard things. They matter a lot. I love chilling, you guys, but I'm going back to studying my calculus. All right, we can start studying again since I'm supposed to be speed running this course as well. Um, all the time. You're verbalizing what I think every day. Oh, okay, so the Bhagavad Gita is the closest Hindu equivalent of Bible. A lot of hard-hitting facts. I know. And I think a lot of like these older texts, like religious texts and philosophical texts, we need to draw more from there in modern world. I think it can be very helpful. Yeah, I feel that way, but I also think sometimes the exact opposite, that I'm stupid and have no talent. To see, the thing is, like, you can think that, but you yourself know, right? Like, we don't like to brag about, like, in our society it's not good to brag about certain things, but I think you yourself know the level that you really are at and whether you fulfilled that or not. Like, for example, I know that I'm not going to go be a huge CEO of some company. I'm not going to be like Zuck or something like that, because I know my own goals and I know my own like abilities and my talents and my skills, and I know I'm not that. So you kind of know, but you also know like the person that you can be. um but for whatever reason you're just too scared to become that person. If I talk about it, then it'll be an hour-long therapy session. Like, for example, one of the things that I want to do and I'm just so afraid of, have you guys like, I just want to like talk about stuff. Like, for example, this conversation we're having right now, no editing, like not having editing come in and try to like fix myself. I just want to have that conversation and say these things and connect with people. People are really scared of doing that because I'm like, what if I need editing? Like, what if I say something wrong? Like, what if this is stupid? And it's like, it's so frustrating because I know I can do that and I'm just not. Yes. You guys should go on hikes. TLDR. Dumb and hard enough to be entertaining. Whenever I think about taking extra work, I tell myself, oh, I can do that. I just need to be more efficient. The wisest man is who is aware of his superb stupidity. That is true. Knowing your, like, I think everybody does know where they stand and what they actually want. It's just, I think people do know. They really do know. Anyways, all right, I think we should start studying stuff again. Keep speed running this. Choose your people then. Real, unedited, candid conversation is what we need, but don't often get. You know, I don't know. Maybe I should just do these live streams more often and I should just talk about stuff. It's easier when I'm talking to you guys. When I sit in front of a camera by myself, I start overthinking and I get scared and I don't know what to talk about. Maybe I should just live stream myself and just put the live streams on and edit that a little bit. Maybe I should. I don't know. Anyways, yes. Lesson here is do hard things, because if you don't, your life will just pass through you way too quickly and you will feel very regretful of that later in life. So you should do that now. All right, let's do my next Pomodoro. All right, friends, we are done. So I made it through to week 2, I think. Yeah, I'm almost done with week 1. So I need to get through week 2 and then week 3. Probably gonna do that later today, I think, and just speed run through everything. It's a pretty decent course, I would say. It's actually a pretty decent course. All right. How many courses for the package? It's let me show you. I will just show you. Blah blah blah. I can see it. Okay, yeah. Let's go to course. So there's 3 modules in the course. So there's week 1, week 2, and week 3. Yeah, it's week 1 is generative AI in business. So it's pretty, actually, wait, let me think this is much better to show. Weeps. Okay, yeah. Introduction to generative AI. So it's just introduction to stuff, how it works. It doesn't go into too much detail, but it is a pretty good balance. I think if you're a beginner, this is pretty decent. Yeah, and then it talks about projects. So here's some Gen AI projects that you can work on, and then generative AI in business and society. I think this is your, hopefully, some sort of more practical approach, maybe, about business and society. Yeah. You have to pay like $50 to take the quizzes, but I really probably not gonna do that unless there's something that's other than the quizzes themselves. I don't think it's worth $50 just to take a couple of multiple choice quizzes to get the answers, because you can take the quiz, you just don't know what the answer is. So I'll see if I can like find something on the internet to make sure that my answers are correct. Yeah, I think it's a pretty decent course. Yeah, it's pretty light. Yeah, it's pretty light. I think it's better than the Google version. I think it's mostly like Google versus this one. I think it's better than the Google just because there's, at least it explains theory a little bit more compared to the Google one, which is very much just it's like not presented well in terms of, it doesn't go into more detail about things like RAG and like things like that are actually useful. It just goes more into like theory and very much about like productivity based stuff, which maybe that could be useful as well. But I think this one is better. And if you want to do prompt engineering, I think doing a prompt engineering specific course is probably better than doing the Google one. That's what my personal thoughts are. $2 for each for all of them. Oh no, it's like $50. I'm sure somebody put the answer already somewhere. Like, I'm sure somebody did that already. It's just like multiple choice questions that you can do. Let me see. Say like week 1, there's this quiz, right? And you can resume the assignment and you just have to upgrade to submit it, and it costs $50 just to submit the questions, even though you can actually do the questions. And I feel like somebody just probably posted it, and there's, I think, like 5 or 6 quizzes or something like that. I think there's no like actual like thing that you're building, it's just quizzes, which I feel like it's not really worth it. And also you get like a certificate, but I also don't really see the purpose of getting a certificate for this kind of stuff, at least personally. So that's why I'm just gonna audit it. Google feels like a hit or miss nowadays. I think so. I heard really good reviews from people who did do the Google course, but maybe it's also just because like maybe it's because I am technical and like I feel like people should at least know a little bit more about what's being built these days, like as opposed to just pure, like how to be more productive using AI. Like I think if that's what you're looking for, the Google one is decent. But if you want to actually like know a little bit more and build on that knowledge, I think this one is better. So that would be my choice. What learning objectives do you have from taking these courses? My personal learning objective, I'm honestly just speedrunning them so I can review them and also just get myself back into the habit of learning things and then learning like other things personally. It's like nothing I'm learning through this courses I do not know right now, but I did choose this course because I know most people who watch my channel are beginners, so I figured I would just use that as a starting point and I can like make a review out of it for people who are interested. Tina, have you seen a ReZero new episode? Or Dun dun dun. Not. I actually have not seen ReZero finally release the English up. Really? No, I haven't. I had been watching like Blue Lock, and the new version, the next season is coming out in like 2 days, I think. So I actually waited before I watched Blue Lock, so I can like immediately just watch the next season. Damn, Blue Lock is good. I really like Blue Lock. Another one that I'm watching, which is very interesting. Do you guys know there's an anime called Welcome to the NHK? It's kind of ooh, like, I just started watching it. It's kind of depressing. It's like it kind of hits pretty hard. I thought Dan Da Dan is a kid's humming tune. It does sound like that. Cool, never tried Blue Lock. Yeah, it's about soccer. But it's really, really good. It's really, really good. I highly recommend that one. So I need to watch ReZero. Welcome to NHK. I can't tell if I want to watch it or not because it simultaneously hits home, but is also very depressing. So I'm not sure about that one yet. That sounds like Din Din. Oh god. Speaking of which, I am so hungry right now. I ordered food, but restaurants don't open because it's 4:40, and I guess normal people don't eat food at this weird hour. But maybe I will receive my food. Probably get my food in like an hour, I think. Is NHK News? No, it's called Welcome to the NHK. It's an anime. Football Plus? No. Blue Lock is about football. It's about soccer. NHK is about depression and being an otaku and a NEET. Like pretty much, it hits home for me because I kind of have that problem. Which is like, yeah, like Welcome to NHK. Yeah, it hits hard for me. It's about it's about this guy who basically is in NEET and he doesn't leave his house and just kind of like wastes his life away. Uh, and then like he realizes that he's part of a game show in which in Japan there's like an organization called the NHK that was trying to get people to become NEETs and like not be productive people. But it hits home like really hard, mostly because the way it describes the feeling of being a NEET and just like not doing stuff and feeling shit about it, it hits home really hard. Like I kind of have problems with that myself. Like sometimes I'm just like cannot leave the house for some reason and I'm like super unproductive. I just can't leave the house. And then I just watch anime the entire day and then I feel like shit. So it hits hard, basically. I'm living that anime, so no need to watch. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. It's Japanese. Oh no, it's called Welcome to the NHK. Yeah. I'm living that anime, so no need to watch. Yeah, shit. And it describes stuff as just like, oh, I haven't left the house. Like my house is a complete mess. Everything is shit. I need to like pretend that I can do things with my life and not be a useless waste of space. I'm like, fuck. Well, if you want to watch that anime, we can talk about it. ReZero is like that too if you watch season 2. Don't want to spoil too much. It's about football. ReZero like feels like football or about depression. Which one? Nos vemos, Tina. Gracias. I don't know what that means. Thank you. Thank you too. I don't know what the first part means. I haven't left the house in 2 days. Oh my god, doesn't it feel terrible? I hate not leaving the house, but I have such with leaving the house. Like I don't know what it's like. I want to leave the house because I feel so unproductive. I'm just like laying in bed eating random shit and then I just feel shit about myself and I'm just watching anime. And I just know if I leave the house, I would feel a lot better and I should be outside, but I just like cannot get myself to do it and it's just terrible. Do you like not leaving the house? Like, does it feel good to not leave the house or it doesn't feel good to not leave the house? Depression and NEETs. Oh, from ReZero? Oh, I can see that. I can see that. Fuck, guys. All of this is hitting hard. I haven't left the house. We'll have pizza and sushi. Eating random shit. Oh, God. And then you eat a bunch of stuff and then you have like carb overload or something. And you just take a nap and you wake up and it's like, fuck, I still haven't done anything. Fuck me. And the worst feeling for me is when you're just you know, from morning, you'd be meaning to go outside since the morning, and suddenly it's like 6 p.m. and it's getting dark, and you realize you still haven't done anything or left the house, and that just makes it worse because then you really don't want to leave the house at that point. So it's just like, oh, the day's already over. I might as well just give up, and then you feel like shit as the sun goes down. I don't know if anybody can relate to this because I relate to this a lot. I want to leave the house, but I'm lazy. Holy fuck. I take a nap at 2 p.m. wake up at 9. Yeah, and then you're just like, well, I'm like not tired, but then you're also not motivated to do anything because it's 9 p.m. and you didn't leave the house. And it's like a cycle of shit. This is annoying when it keeps getting later. It happens to me on weekends sometimes. I feel that. That was COVID for me. If I didn't need to go to school, I would probably be like that. Yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the functions of school or work is the fact that it forces you to leave the house, and it's actually very important to do that, or else you would just degenerate at home. Oh, oh God. Just thinking about that makes me very like, oh God. I made myself, so I literally woke up at 6 a.m. today and I didn't get myself to leave the house until like 12. It's just not good. Tina, are you secretly watching me? How can this be so accurate? I'm scared. This happens to me a lot, waking up first thing to fail to resolve the I know, I know, I know. Oh my God, it happens so much. It's just like, oh, like everything is fucked anyway. Might as well give up and do nothing more. If I woke up at 10 a.m. I mean, I'm jet lagged, so that's probably also why I managed to wake up earlier. But it's also so bad. You know, if you actually ever wake up really early, have you ever had days when you just wake up really early, you go out and you actually like get stuff done? It just feels so good, right? It's like, wow, why do I not do this more often? Fuck. And then for some reason you just can't get yourself to do that again. And like I'm so irritated just thinking about this. I'm gonna go on a hike tomorrow. I'm gonna go on a hike tomorrow morning. That happens to me a lot, waking up first thing to failure. I woke up at 10. If I wasn't going to work, I would probably try more hikes and bike rides. I drive 40 miles. Oh my gosh, 40 miles to work. Shit. That is very, very long. We should all like start doing like something to just get out of this shithole. Tomorrow I'll wake up at 5. When I wake up early, I'm like chilling silence. What? Sebi. So what is does everything just like not feel good? Is everything just terrible? Sebi, do you feel like just being in the States as well compared to India? I don't know if it's just like a me thing. I feel like I'm a lot lazier when I'm in the US. I'm a lot lazier. I get fat and I just like don't do anything. It just feels like I'm like more stuck. I don't know why, but it feels more like that when I'm in the States compared to when I'm somewhere else. I know it's like a me problem because I still have these problems like outside, but something about being in the US makes it worse. I genuinely don't know where it is. I was actually thinking about moving out of here. Like in all seriousness, I am thinking about like moving to Hong Kong or something. Um when I wake up early, I'm like, I don't have a structure, so I need that. Are you still looking for a job right now? God, I think jobs are useful just for that. Yeah, every time I come to the States, America brings the panda in you. Sounds like a lack of walkable community thing. It's so hard to go anywhere without trying. Maybe it is. I mean, San Francisco downtown is relatively walkable, but I just don't know what it is. Whenever I'm in the US, especially San Francisco, um, I don't know what it is. Like I just get into this like degenerative state a lot more than other places. Have my uni gig till December. Still looking. Are you Kanto? My fam is from Hong Kong. No, I'm not Kanto. I am Mando. But I do like Hong Kong. I would actually, yeah, I'm considering moving to Hong Kong, not back to mainland China, even though I do go back to Beijing quite often. because of like censorship stuffs, and that is concerning. Yeah, and then the culture, I think, of mainland, like after experiencing just being out of China for such a long time, it's harder to get used to that culture because it's just very, very different on a long term basis. So that's why I'm considering moving to Hong Kong, even though I don't speak any Cantonese. So I'll probably have to learn how to speak Cantonese. Mando. My time bomb is ticking. Why not Singapore? I did think about Singapore as well. So why not Singapore? Great question. Couple reasons. The more practical reason is because my family is in Beijing, so it's easier to go from Hong Kong to Beijing than from Singapore. And like it's still part of China. And then I also did manage to get a Hong Kong visa. Like there's like this special pathway thingy that you can get a Hong Kong visa. So if I go there and I start a company and I go do stuff there, it's there's like some benefits. Also taxes are like 0% Hong Kong. That's like the practical reason. The like not as practical reason, like the kind of like weird reason, I guess, is Singapore like has a lot of rules. Like everywhere you go, it goes like you can't do that, can't do this. And I'm like not good at following rules. It'll be like you can't walk over here. There's also no gum because you can't chew gum. That's like yeah, that you can't buy gum in Singapore. I really like gum. Um but it's like yeah, it's like mostly the rules. There just seems to be a lot of rules that you need to obey, and I don't know if I could do that. Or anywhere else in Southeast Asia. um Southeast Asia, I haven't really thought about anywhere else. I did, where I was thinking, I was considering Singapore or Hong Kong. Those are the two places I was looking at, not anywhere else. Should I consider somewhere else? Hong Kong real estate prices are dropping steadily. Also, it's becoming less safe for free speech. That is true. Like I was looking at renting prices and things like that. Um, it does. Is it just because people are leaving Hong Kong? Is that kind of what's happening? Although with real estate prices, I feel like it's kind of not great everywhere, especially in mainland as well. It's just not great. The economy in general is just not doing good. um I was looking at places to rent. It is a lot cheaper than it used to be. Although Hong Kong real estate, like just renting places, is still really expensive. I was really surprised because the price for a lot of these Hong Kong places are like up to 2 to 3 thousand US dollars for like a 1 bedroom apartment. That's like SF to like New York, even Chicago, expensive. But people don't nearly earn that much money, so I don't know how people like afford to live there. It just seems, yeah, the disparity is really really big. Although like food seems a lot cheaper though. Hong Kong is becoming mainland though, the land that shouldn't be talked about. I go to Hong Kong at least once every few years. TBH would never move there myself. Oh, you're in California right now? Where in California? Bali seems chill. Thailand? I have visited Thailand. That is true. Have you been to Japan? Yes, I have been to Japan. Japan, I really like visiting. I would not live there because people seem very depressed in Japan. They seem really depressed. Work culture wise. Um, it's really fun to visit though. There's an oversupplied building and the bubble popped. I see. So why is it still so expensive? It's still like $2,000, $3,000. Do you know like wait, Blobsy, do you have any recommendations for where I should look for apartments? I was looking at this website called Centiline Property, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, so just searching on Google. Like, maybe I should search on Baidu or something. I don't know. Like, is it? Do we operate more on like Western sites, or do we operate more on Chinese sites? Wow, ecstasy. Good morning. Good morning. We're just talking about not waking up. I'm in LA. Oh, okay, okay. Just go ballistic and go to Taipei. Gonna be fun how you make the journey. Never had a reason to go to Taipei. I've visited a few times, but why? What would be the purpose of going to Taipei? I feel like I don't know. Still Hong Kong, Singapore. Where else? Not Japan. Bali seems chill, a little too chill. Don't forget to like the stream. Thank you, Ecstasy. Please do like the stream. Also, I love the wooden thingy in the back. Haven't seen it, right? 2021, as Sevi says. Good morning. No, I can never fast. My stomach will eat itself. It really depends. Hong Kong has two sides. One is the Kowloon side and two Hong Kong Island side. Where should I live? Where is like a good place to live, would you say? Like some of the apartments I'm looking at, uh yeah, maybe I'll like show you next time. Maybe if you're around, Blobsy, you can like tell me if these are good places to live. I'm looking at, yeah, I'm just like looking at the properties that are here, like Ocean Crest. Maybe I just have no understanding of geography as well. So I don't know like where these is there like bad spots that I should not live? I think that's a better question. Like it's called Yuan Long Station. Like is that bad? Are there parts in which I shouldn't live? Or everywhere is mostly fine? That is reasonably priced. Switzerland. Malaysia seems a bit balanced. Does it? Malaysia versus Singapore? For about the same price, you can get a brand new place that's not super user friendly, or or a cheaper one that's bigger. People don't drive though, right? So it's gonna be public transport mostly. So I guess it needs to be public transport. So should I go to the Kowloon side or the Hong Kong Island side? I don't mind driving, but it doesn't seem like people drive. I'm always kind of tourist and visiting family, but make sure you're close to the MTR station. Malta seems interesting in Europe. Probably not Europe. Asia for me. I think I still feel more at home somewhere in East Asia or Southeast Asia potentially. Sign up for Ocean Gate underwater free dance. Malaysia is kind of like Singapore, the ridiculous laws. If you want to be near where most English speaking people are, lots of international business, Central is where most of that will be. I want to like not sit at home by myself and be sad, because I have a tendency of doing that. Where should I live such that it is more difficult for me to just sit at home, not make any friends, and not leave the house? How to make friends? How to leave house? How to not be a NEET? I don't know. I like Taiwan and Singapore. Hawaii. Bhutan. That should be a topic for a video. How to not be a NEET. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe I should try to figure that out. Has anybody figured out how to not be a NEET? If you have, please enlighten me next time, because I haven't figured that part out. What topics? Okay, assuming that if I start doing these YouTube videos like for reals, that second channel. Actually, I'm gonna start a new channel. I don't know, you kind of missed that part, but I'm gonna start a new channel. Can we like, what topics? The topics that I can think of right now that maybe just include me ranting on live stream with you guys. So I don't know if that's annoying or not. That I think are of immediate importance to me, at least, is how to not be a NEET. Doing hard things, which is, I guess, like, oh wow, there's a thumbs up. Like doing hard things, which is how to make time go slower, how to not regret your life. There are probably more NEET in Singapore than Malaysia, though. How to be a NEET is a shorter video. Tell me, enlighten me. Does anybody know how to not be a NEET? Most of my family is in Kowloon side, but not sure how to compare the two. There are deaf areas that are more hip/younger. Would I still count as young though? Or am I count as middle age now? Do I enjoy young activities? What is a young activity? Is it going to bars? Because I don't go to bars. What else do young people do these days? Why have another channel when you can rant here? That's true. How to show up to a live stream 15 minutes after. Ouch. Touche, Piggy. Touche. Why have another channel? Because this is about study with Tina. We're supposed to study, not hear me talk about how to not be a NEET, I guess, even though we're doing that right now. How old are you? I'm 28. So I feel like I am no longer part of the young activity crowd. Like, I don't know, do I count as like middle age at this point? I don't know. My hobbies include watching anime. Recently, I guess we're to start hiking. Um, don't like going to bars. I don't drink. What else do I like to do? A lot of things I like to do just make me a neat. So maybe I should pick up activities that involve other people. No, sub 30 is fine for young. Okay. Okay. All right. Hong Kong population is aging so young for me, sub 40. Okay. Okay. All right. I can do that then. So I should try to fit in with the kids these days, right? Like, hello, youths. May I join you in your youthful activities? I don't know young activities of physical. I also don't go to bars. What kind of physical activities do young people do? 35 is where maybe young starts to seem disingenuous. Okay. So I got a few more years to be young. Challenge chat to rock, paper, scissors. I'll go first. How would this work? You know, I hear me thinking 25 is middle age because I'm already having a crisis. Skateboarding. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's brainstorm. How to not be a NEET. Number one, we should do not, we should have a hobby. Get a job. Can't do that. Get a job that doesn't involve being on the internet. Like, that's not gonna work. Okay, so how to not be a NEET. Number one, have a hobby. Number two, live somewhere in which you can participate in social activities. Wow, why are there balloons happening? Because new AI features are very advanced. That should be how to play rock paper scissors in chat. I don't know how you would do that. Challenge yourself. Instead of shying away from challenge, embrace the challenge. Find ways to make whatever you find impossible manageable. That's how you change yourself from being a NEET. Okay. Okay. So I need to like go to events. I have gone to more events recently, so I'm quite proud of myself for doing that. Piggy, did I ever tell you you're my favorite person? Also, side note, Hong Kong doesn't have, oh, it doesn't have a lot of grass to touch. Doesn't Hong Kong have a lot of mountains? That was my understanding, that there's a lot of mountains in Hong Kong. Or we don't go to the mountains. We just look at the mountains. Is that what we do? Aww. Piggy and Sebi. I think accountability really helps in you not being a NEET. Public accountability. What, just like arrange for, should I just do like, I've done like 2 meetups before. One was in Hyde Park and one was in Vancouver. But that was, no, sorry, not Vancouver, New York. I was going to do one in Vancouver, which I didn't do. Find challenges that are hard enough to be entertaining, such as doing the MCAT, right? The mountains are calling, yes. I'm going to go hiking more often, but hiking is also an individual activity, right? Unless you sign up for hikes. I've never been to a Hong Kong mountain fair. Depends on the person. I have a lab partner that doesn't help, and if accountability ever mattered, it was with him. The mountains are calling. I thought Hong Kong was a beach. Is Hong Kong a beach? I didn't know that. Have a needy dog. Feels almost like a job. That's true. Gotta take your dog out. Yeah, Sebi, what if you just get a dog? Autocorrect ate my comment. Oh, I see. Okay. That are hard enough to be entertaining. We sometimes have labs due to the day and he doesn't help. Ooh, okay. Hong Kong is an island. A lack of geography understanding. If Hong Kong is an island, okay. Because I often go from Zhuhai to, I just walk across the border to Macau and then take a ferry to Hong Kong. But Hong Kong is also right next to Shenzhen, right? Wait, but you can walk from Hong Kong to Shenzhen. So how is it an island? This is very advanced. We should play GeoGuessr. Should we play or is it called GeoGuessr sometime? I think I would be very bad at that game. Maybe we should play that. Tina, I already have a dog. That dog is me, but you haven't walked yourself for 2 days. Islands may submerge due to global warming. Thank you, Ecstasy. Thank you, Ecstasy, for that excellent piece of knowledge. GeoGuessr or Linguria. Actually, wait, yeah, I literally walked into Shenzhen my last trip this Feb. Yeah, so how come you can walk to Shenzhen? How is it an island if you can walk to Shenzhen? This is when the mental breakdown starts happening whenever we talk about geography. Yeah, I walked from Shenzhen to Hong Kong, and I've also walked from Zhuhai to Macau. I don't think you can walk between Macau and Hong Kong though. Then how do cars can go to Macau and Hong Kong? Holy shit. Jiulong is attached? I don't know. Wait, is Jiulong part? Sorry, Kowloon, Jiulong. I don't know how to say it in Cantonese. Isn't that part of Hong Kong or is that part of mainland China? Is it I know that it used to be like an autonomous region, right? Where people just like do drugs and stuff, I think. But right now they took down the city. So is it part of Hong Kong or is it part of the mainland? Let's all become seals and swim in the ocean. Excellent idea. Okay, so Kowloon is in Hong Kong. I also don't know Canto. What if you have a personality where you just don't care about that's the alter ego, and that's why you procrastinate, stay at home? How do you transform that low point in your life for being a proactive person? Alter ego does help. When I wear white, I become sociable. That does help. How to great. I really like this topic. Can we if we're to choose a topic for next rant, do we want to talk about how to not be a NEET? Is that a good topic? Or do we want to talk about how to not waste your life? Which topic do we enjoy more? Tia, do you know what DLM in Can? No, I don't know what that is. What is that? After the needed dog out, neatness destroyed. Perfect. I wish I could be a rotund seal eating fish and eggs all the time. Dang it. You do believe, I guess if you believe in reincarnation, then you could become like that. Wait, now I'm like, what is China? What is Hong Kong? I'm very glad I'm not having this conversation within China right now. I don't know if I should take down this stream at some point if I ever go back to the mainland. I don't know, it may be a bad idea. I'm just gonna, no comment. No comment. The only NEET I know is the med school exam, which gets leaked every year. What? Yeah, we do. There you go, ecstasy. So maybe you could become a seal. Actually, maybe for YouTube protection purpose, I should not make you say that live. Yeah, can you please don't just note the fact that I do go back to China because my family is still in China. So just knowing that, you know, help me out here. Don't get me banned. Let's not talk about that. Yes, let's not talk about that. No ecstasy. Okay, let's. All right, time to end the stream. Okay, can we talk? Can we like vote for a rant topic? What kind of rant topics? Assuming hypothetically, if I were to make rant videos where I just talk about such things, what topics should I talk about? The two I have right now is how to not be a NEET and how to not waste your life. I guess. What else? It's creative names. Any other topics that are on your mind that you would like to change? What would you like to change about yourself? If you could change anything about yourself. How to play rock, paper, scissors in chat. Not being neat seems more relatable. Not wasting life seems broad. That's true. Maybe like not being a NEET is the start of not wasting your life. And maybe getting a dog is the start of that too. Wow, maybe we're getting somewhere now. This is how we figure out meaning of life. I think I'm gonna bring back the scoreboards. What do you guys think? Do we want to bring back the scoreboard? Not gonna lie, I'm down for how to make friends online or something. All my friends don't live around here anymore. Do you know who you really are? What are we talking about? Could be a topic. That's like, how can it be a topic, Sabi, if I don't even know who I am? How do I answer that question? I don't know how. I don't know who I am. That seems like really hard. I need to hit the gym. All right. It seems like we're starting to degenerate here. Yeah, what do you guys think about bringing back scoreboards? But just very chill because there's only 15 of us here right now. Pretty much just have a goal. Just more chill than before. I think I got overwhelmed before, but something more chill. It's just like, I'm gonna go on a hike this week. Fuck it. I need to pee. Okay, that works too. And eat sushi and pizza. I don't know who I am where Tina is. All I know is Sebi. Aww. How to make friends online. I guess showing up to live streams of random people on the internet. That works. Okay. I'm gonna go now. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat stuff and then come back to finish this course. Okay. Let's talk another time. All I found here are rivals. Your rivals are your best friends. If you watch Naruto or Blue Lock or Haikyuu. That is the case. Okay, alright. Maybe we could do push-ups too. Let's just keep the topic open. Okay. And just do the stream. Okay. Let's just do that. Let's not commit. I have commitment problems. Alright, bye. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.